The Great Gospel of John, revealed from the Lord through the inner word to Jacob Lorber. Volume 7, Chapter 202. Jesus explains in the temple man's impatience and God's forbearance. The Lord taught in the temple the people and the Pharisees. Someone from the crowd who also knew the scriptures very well said, "Lord and Master, among us there are many who have heard your teaching and have seen your many signs and have admired them, so that they said, 'If this man with all his unknown wisdom and clear visible power and might, which is completely equal to God's, for which even the rigid death must bow, is still not the promised Messiah, then we ask ourselves if the true Messiah, if ever he would come, would be able to perform greater signs. We do not believe that, and we also will not believe that. Because a man who, without any help but only by his word, heals the worst sicknesses, even replaces totally lost limbs, as we have seen near Bethlehem, brings dead people back to life, who rules over the winds and storms, and who makes his will known to the sun and moon and all the stars, is a God and no more a man.' You see, Lord and Master, this is how we speak regularly among ourselves, and therefore we also believe that you are not only one of the greatest of all prophets, but are truly the Lord himself. Although you have a body, just like we, but in your body is hidden the fullness of the deity, and your words and deeds are witnesses of its wonderful existence in you. This we firmly do believe, and will no more let ourselves be deceived by those terrible tyrants of the temple. We have to make you a request, O Lord. Shorten your holy patience and lay your incorrigible enemies completely and totally under your footstool, and chastise them with the rod which they have deserved for so long already." I said, "If you truly believe in me, you also must not try to anticipate my wisdom, which guides and settles all things in the world. But you must unite your patience with mine and think. In this world, where the freedom of life is being tested, order is once and for all time such that every man may do what he wants, because only by the complete freedom of will he can fight for the eternal life of his soul. And as he has a free will, he also has a right-thinking faculty and a free intellect with which he can distinguish and evaluate all that which is good and true, and he can also act accordingly, because the powers have been richly given to him. When man distinguishes that which is good and true, but still voluntarily is acting contrary to it, he is building his own judgment and his own hell, and is therefore already here on earth a complete devil. And look, that is the punishment which man is giving to himself without me willing it. Therefore, do not busy yourself with my great patience and love for men, if they be good or bad. I only warn them when they are on the wrong path. But despite my omnipotence, I cannot grab them and bring them back on the right path of life, because that would mean that I would take away their free will, which would mean the same as if I would take away the life of the soul and that of the spirit within. Therefore, everyone has to walk as it pleases him. It is for man more than enough that he knows the ways and the fixed consequences that he can expect, if they are good or bad. Because every man who came to use his reason and his intellect knows the things which are right and good, according to the revelations from the heavens, and also that which is wrong and bad. The choice to act accordingly is completely up to his free will. If you understand this well, you cannot complain about my patience and tolerance, because on this earth, which is a house of education for the future true children of God, it must be so, and can impossibly be otherwise. Where people are called to become complete spirits and beings equal to God, also the opposite direction must be possible for their freedom of will, to have free allowance to become a complete devil, who, however, by his own fault, will have to bear in a miserable way that which he has caused by his own will. Therefore, I will judge and punish no one by my omnipotence for his bad deeds, but this does the one himself, and also the unchangeable law of my eternal order, which has been made known to everyone by the way of the light of the many revelations, already since the first beginning of the existence of man on this earth. If you have understood this now, then train yourself also in patience, and have therefore also in yourself true compassion, not only with the sick bodies, but even more with the sick and blind souls of the people. Then you will come in the least difficult and fastest way to the true and complete equality with God, and become like the angels in heaven,